All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this 29th of April, we are very fortunate. And everybody, don't forget, I have Success Series this week at the St. Rose office. And actually, Tim, one of the participants today, will be my interview on Tuesday. All right, today we are very fortunate. What I'm doing today is I'm doing one of my groups of 4, all right, coaching. And we are very fortunate from Arizona to have Eric Steins and also Stan Abraham. And from the lovely state of California, we have Omar Ghaffar. And from the lovely state of Nevada, we have Tim Dunn. So, gentlemen, hit *6 on your phones, and then we can hear you.
Already done.
All right.
Unmuted.
Everybody else?
We're good.
Unverified. We're good? How about Stan?
I'm here.
And Stan's there too. All right. So awesome. Let's get it started. Okay. So let's start with and everybody. We're going to show you how we do a typical group of 4 coaching. This happens to be a really good group. Matter of fact, all 4 of these guys could be in individual coaching. They've just decided to stay in this group because they kind of like each other. They've never actually physically met. No, that's not true. You guys have. All right. So let's start with you, Tim.
Yeah.
Tim, last couple of weeks, how's everything going?
Last couple of weeks have been very good. I've had 2 closings. I have 1 listing under contract scheduled to close next week. I have 4 new buyers, and I also have an upcoming listing tentative for 2 weeks.
Nice. All right, cool. Anything else you want to mention?
No, just rocking it.
Just rocking. Well, it sure sounds like it. And you've had a pretty good year so far this year. It started off good, so excellent.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
All right, Tim. Well, thank you very much. All right. How about Omar? Omar, you last couple of weeks, how's it going, dude?
Really good, Rick. I got a listing under contract. I got a closing Friday. I got a price adjustment that was long overdue, and the phone is starting to ring on it. And I took a listing. It'll be on the market end of this week. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Way to go. Wow, way to go. All right, Stan the Man, how about you?
The last 2 weeks, we had 1 closing. I've got 2 closings today, 1 closing tomorrow, and another home of ours that's going to go under contract today. I've got 3 buyers I'm working with. I've got 3 listing opportunities. 2 I know I'm going to get for sure, and working on the 3rd one. And we just, thank you. And we're getting ready to get our next event set up. It's going to be our June ice cream social. I know it's only April, but it's a lot of planning that goes into stuff like this and getting the word out. And I found a fabulous little ice cream shop, on wheels at the local farmers market. Loved them so much, I signed up on the spot. So
nice. Well, my theory is you can never plan too much for ice cream. I mean, it's kind of important.
Oh, yeah. And we want to make this a very successful event. It's going to be hotter than what outside, and
Oh yeah.
What's better than ice cream on a hot day?
You do live right outside of Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome, Stan the Man. All right, Eric, how about you, my man?
The last couple of weeks, I had 2 closings. One of them was simultaneous closing for a piece of land, and a friend of mine, contractor, sold his $1.5 million house, so that was nice. And he bought another piece of land to build another house on. I got a listing that should go active probably in the next 2 weeks. I had a listing go under contract. And I did a broker tour on Thursday, and I was able to get a listing that's been sitting a little while to a much needed price adjustment, and now all of a sudden we had like 4 showings and maybe getting an offer on it. So that was definitely a good broker tour to be on, and that helps with the feedback from some of these other agents.
Definitely. All right, cool. All right, there we go. There's the last 2 weeks. Anybody have anything else they want to mention about the last 2 weeks?
Well, looks like the rates are here to stay with us. So
Yep.
I think people are going to get used to it.
Yep. It looks like the rates are here to stay. It doesn't look like the Fed is going to cooperate, so it looks like the rate's going to stay, and probably through the end of the year. Then we have an election coming. Who knows what can happen after that? Totally agree.
Yep.
And it's really sometimes
That's
about
definitely
the
one
approach
of the.
with the buyer, right?
Say that again.
It depends on sometimes it depends on the approach with the buyer. If you fearmonger, then clearly they're going to get apprehensive about what they're trying to accomplish. But if you tell them that, it's on your delivery and it is what it is, not the end of the world, you can refinance down the road, but it's more importantly to get your home locked in today. That sometimes helps. So that is also one of the things I didn't mention is now, like Stan, I have a couple buyers I'm working with that are pre-approved that we're actively looking for houses that they really haven't barked too much about the interest rate. They've been kind of in the attitude, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're really not that bad. I mean, obviously they're going to get better at some point, but they're really not that bad. So I agree. Definitely. All right, cool. I love that. Anything else, anybody, last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I have something. The last week especially, I try to meet with different clients and friends and stuff for a drink or whatnot. And every conversation comes up with this lawsuit with NAR and stuff. And, so I say everybody get used to having those conversations ahead of time.
Well,
everybody's
you know that
their mind.
We just, Berkshire Hathaway just settled last week. I don't know if you were aware of that, but on Friday the email came out. Berkshire Hathaway has also settled. So it looks like the lawsuit is pretty much just going to go through the courts now, be approved, and then there's like a 4 or 5 year buyout depending on which company you're with.
Well, that's good to know, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you guys seeing listings without buyer compensation offered? I seen one the other day.
I have not.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but you'll see some people get lazy and they'll probably do that. But it's not something I would recommend to a seller, though, Omar. And I know you know that because I know you wouldn't do that.
No, I'm just keeping an eye on it just to see if it sells.
Yeah.
Or how long it will take before it sells.
Yeah,
that's true, Tim. Yeah.
Well, what are the logistics behind it, Omar?
What's that now?
What do you mean?
Like, what were they offering? It was just there was just no compensation, and that was it, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's no compensation offered to a buyer's agent, so I'm just curious if it'll actually sell that way.
I actually did see one about a month ago already. It was a relatively good deal. It was more of an investor offer deal, but it did have, and I hadn't seen one up to that point yet that they were offering zero. Even though it was about $100,000 overpriced, it took about 3 weeks to sell, which I thought was interesting.
Wow.
And also makes you wonder, Eric, that if it, if perhaps, it was a cash offer, and then also, with most of these, I think that they'll be on the market for 2-3 weeks until the seller says, well, let's offer our compensation and see what we get, and then they'll finally get more offers or more showings, because a lot of buyers can't come down with their the agent's commission along with the down payment and or closing costs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the price point. They need that help.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah. What, it's probably a good thing to talk about for a moment is, like Omar's in California. He's the only one in California. His contract already talks about the buyer agency relationship compensation, which I think is great. I think it's also coming to Arizona and Nevada. So I think that even if it's not in there, you get a buyer broker agreement signed. That's part of the deal with this, everybody with these new rules. Everybody that's signing up for the settlement and the new rules, we already know what they are. They've been sent out many times, and part of it is getting a buyer-broker agreement signed, and in that buyer-broker agreement has the compensation. By the time it takes effect, and now they're already talking about August, let's really September probably, August, September, whatever it's going to be. By then, we'll probably have new contracts in Arizona and Nevada in your MLS. So it's going to kind of all work together, and you'll just have to be, reading a new contract and a new buyer-broker agreement and putting them together. And ultimately, to me, when I remember in the mid-'90s when buyer agency came out, you're just going to have to explain it to your buyers. Everybody's going to have to use it, and it's just going to be a new step in the real estate transaction. And I know a few of you on this call already are using it, so it's not going to be a big deal to you. Yeah. Okay. But apparently everything is settled with the lawsuit, which you can agree with it, disagree with it. I personally don't think the lawsuit was that good. I just think they got away with it. But hey, corporate decided and other companies decided it was easier just to have a few-year payout than to deal with this thing for 2-3 years. So good. They're business people, they're lawyers, so that's what they decided to do. So, we'll see. It's going to be, like Stan said, it's only April. We got May, June, July, probably August. It's going to be a few months in the transition here, so you'll have plenty of time to adjust. All right, let's get into the next 2 weeks. Okay, so let's go right back to who was first. I think it was it Stan? Stan, how about you, my man?
Okay, I'll jump over Tim.
All right, we'll go Tim second. Sorry,
Omar.
Tim. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Omar. I'm going to take one listing and have one buyer go on a contract.
Okay. One listing, one buyer under contract. Yes, sir.
And I'm going the Omar route, door knocking. Every closing,
nice.
Since I got so many closings coming up, you know what? So, you've met Caroline. She's a dynamite person to have on the team. And her and I door knocking. It makes it so much easier when you have another person, and it's fun. Go door knocking on every time we get a listing, like you've been preaching for a long time. Hey, we just listed. Yeah. When you go under contract, hey, it's under contract. When you sell, hey, it's sold. So those conversations.
Good. Glad to hear.
I'm committing to it.
He's committed.
The old stuff.
Or he'll have to be committed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I love it, Stan. Okay, cool. And what do you think? Like, what's a good daily? Just so everybody can hear. Like, what is your normal daily? What do you try to strive in conversations per day?
At least 5 to 6 people, whether it's past clients, new clients. Yeah, at least. The more people, I used to tell them, but hey, it's a numbers game, right?
Yeah, it is a numbers game. And what about social media? Just what's your relative goal on social media?
So every time we list a home, we have it on social media. We go sale pending. When we sell, we have an aggressive marketing strategy. We send stuff out, even direct mail to our past clients.
Okay.
So we have social media. We have direct mailers to our past clients. We're heavily SOI focused. That's our strategy.
Good. All right, good. All right, my man. Awesome. Great stuff. All right, Tim, how about you, my man?
Next 2 weeks, I'd like to get these 4 buyers under contract. Should have a listing closed, and I plan to take 2 new listings.
Nice. All right, cool. And just give them an idea. What's your goal for conversations per day?
30.
30. Nice.
Per day.
All right, and how about social media?
Social media, posting a few times a week, intervals between my personal content and business content. And then I also have holiday marketing videos that I post on social media on all platforms as well. Beyond, that's just for business, and for general business. Listings are a whole different ball of wax.
Right.
But I also, as you know, I post for those as well.
Yes. Yep. Awesome. And for those of you in the Las Vegas area, Tim will be my interview tomorrow at about 2:15. for Success Series at the St. Rose office. So if you're around, come on down.
Live and in person.
Listen to the man with a plan. Yeah. That's the anyway. That's the new meme going around social media because of that crazy lawsuit going on. And I don't know if you heard her say it, but she says, "A man ain't a plan." And I always thought that's hilarious. A man ain't a plan, but a man with a plan is a whole different thing. All right, Tim. Awesome. Anything else you want to add? You good?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much.
All right. Cool. All right, Tim. Okay, let's go to Eric. How about you, my man?
Next couple of weeks, I have these two buyers. We're going to make an offer today, going out tomorrow with a different buyer. I do have a commercial deal I've been working on, and see if we can have that either get closer to materializing or materialize in the next couple of weeks. And I have a listing appointment next week with a past client.
Nice.
So we will.
All right.
Continue to stay busy is the plan.
Yes, absolutely. And what's your daily contact goal?
Mine is similar to Stan's, between 7 and 8, primarily because I'd like to do more, but I purposely limit myself due to kids picking them from school, taking them to, so on and so forth. So a little bit of a limitation that I do on my own, and I have been since day one. Matter of fact, when I interviewed with Berkshire, I told them that's something I'm going to do, and I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
So it's it's the biggest part of my life, right, or one of it anyway. I have been on social media a little bit more since, just finally started roughly 6 months ago. And so my goal on social media is to post 2 times a day, like Tim said, blend with some personal and some business. And it's been working out pretty good so far. So I'm still not completely used to it. I'm still a little more on the bashful side when it comes to that stuff, but it's not going anywhere, so I got to adjust. The quicker, the sooner, the better.
That's the key right there.
It's like your post.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've been noticing your post, Eric.
Well, I appreciate it. Hopefully it's
So
not.
Keep it going, man. No, keep
I
it
appreciate that, Sam. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
When you're not used to something, it's just an adjustment period. It's been 6 months, so I should hurry up a little bit more. But no, either way, I enjoy it. Oftentimes there's just like Stan, a new listing coming soon, under contract, sold, just to get it out there. And I honestly believe it actually has been working. So I thankful for that.
Yep. Awesome. Good job. All right, Eric. Love it. Thank you very much. All right, Omar, let's hear it, my man.
Next 2 weeks, looking to get a listing under contract and to take a new listing.
Nice. All right, and give them an idea about how many people you talk to every morning, Omar.
Same as Tim, 30.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And you do it primarily by knocking, and he does it primarily by calling. Tell them where you knock mostly.
Mostly around the office, Anaheim Hills, and where I live, which is Buena Park, which is right next to West Anaheim.
Yeah, so basically just sold or just listed knocks, mostly.
Yeah, mostly. There's not too many expired, so not to say that it doesn't work. I've never really worked them, though.
Right. Yeah, I wanted just them to hear that your prospecting method is just listed, just sold in a gigantic farm type area.
Yeah.
That's great. And you do a good amount of business doing it too, so it's great. That's why this is such a great group, because all of you do it slightly different, but you all have a proactive, you've chunked out a good proactive part to your day, which is what, and some of you like Stan added it in after already being successful. Tim started that way. Eric started that way, and you started that way by, that's how you go from zero to hero quicker if you're being proactive. And like someone like Stan who had already been in the business a long time, adding being consistent proactively to a schedule that's already working just makes it work even better, which is awesome. That's why you guys are all doing extremely well. All right, so let's get into question time. Questions? Any questions about, as a matter of fact, I'll even open it up. If anybody on the call that's on the call as well has a question, you'll have to *6 yourself to unmute yourself. But how about you guys? Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question.
Go
I
ahead,
don't have
Omar.
any buyers. Yeah, I don't have any buyers, and everyone else does. I'm just curious, what price point are your buyers purchasing at?
Are you asking me?
All you guys, because you guys.
Well, I'll tell you, this is Eric. I'll tell you, my buyer right now, the average buyer I have right now is $564, which is a little under the average price in Maricopa County as of last week, which is $535 roughly. But that's my average buyer at the moment. Average seller's a little higher than that, but the buyer's $564.
That's
Right.
the true answer of an analytical. My average is around 564.
Yeah.
I love it. How about you, Tim? How about you, Tim?
My buyers, I mean, it depends on, they're all looking for something different. So
Yeah.
I have like townhomes from 350 and under to SFRs 2 million and under.
Oh, quit
Okay.
showing off.
I'm sorry.
That's the Vegas market, man. 350 to 2 million.
Good for you, Tim.
What's your average buyer, Stan? What's your average sale price right about now?
I'm in the mid fours,
Okay, good.
and then between mid fours and mid fives in that price range.
Right.
And
Good.
but the
Love
listings
it.
though, over 1 million. So the 2 listings we have closing, they're both over 1 million this week.
Right. That's great. And Omar, what's your average sale price this year? Isn't it slightly over 1 million or close to it?
Yeah, right there, Rick. I got 2 fixers in the 8s. I got 2 listings in the 9s, and the other listing at 1 point. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the average sale price in Orange County right now is slightly over 1 million, which is incredible. Las Vegas is getting close to 500. I think Arizona's right around the same area, which is great. Right. So I guess it depends on what part of Arizona you're in, but it's all good. All right. How about anybody out there that's listening to the call today? Anybody have a question for one of these guys? Hit *6 so we can hear you. You're being shy today. It's okay.
You know, actually, I have a question. This is
Sure.
Stan. This is for Omar. Omar, I know that you've been consistent on your door knocks. How much business last year do you attribute to your door knock?
80%.
Dude, that's mind blowing. I think everybody needs to know. I mean, seriously, 80% of your business?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's same thing right now too.
And I'm a mind reader, so what Omar's thinking right now is he's thinking, well, where else would I get it? Because if you're used to doing it that way, you're just used to doing it that way, right, Omar?
Yeah. It's it just works, and then it's easy for me at this point.
You know, Rick, you said that I'm adding this. Yes, I'm adding door knocking again. When I first started, that's all I did.
Yeah.
Door knock.
No, I know you did. Yeah, you did. You did. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And John, too. John used to get out there. John used to go in the malls.
Right. Yep.
In the mall?
Yeah. Yeah, he would prospect in malls.
Go to businesses.
He would go, I love his line. He goes, when you go up into a store, they have to be nice to you, customer service. And they would say, can I help you? And he would say, no. As a matter of fact, I'm knocking inside today because it's hot as hell outside. And, and then he would get into a spiel and give him a listing sheet or whatever he was pumping that day. I thought, what a great idea. So, all right. Well, hey, any final questions, thoughts? Anybody else have anything they would like to say? Eric, Omar, Stan, Tim, anybody?
I just got one thing. You had asked us
Go ahead.
What advice you would give somebody that's coming into this business. I'll say the mistake I made first. Not having a good CRM system. All right, let me be honest. I didn't have any CRM system. And so, let me be brutally frank here. So I everybody get, we have the KV Core, it's a great system. Whatever CRM is out there, please put all your contacts in there right away. Get them on some kind of a drip system. Don't lose
That's
those
true.
people.
Yeah. Well, and they're spoiled here, Stan, as you know. They have the VAC, and now we have KV Core, and we have. I mean, you have no excuse. I started out with a 1 through 31 accordion file on paper.
Yeah.
Right? So we have. I mean, it's amazing what you can do today, time efficiency-wise too. So you really have no excuses. You have to try hard, not, to keep track of your CRM and get it organized. It's such a great time in the history of, being on the planet to be able to do that.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, hey, that's cool. We're right at time anyway. So I just want to say, okay, Eric, Omar, Stan, Tim, thank you very much. Just so everybody knows, Eric Signs is in the Goodyear office, so if you have any referrals. Omar Gafar is in the Anaheim Hills office, California. Stan Abraham, he is in the Northwest office in Arizona. And Tim Dunn is right here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the St. Rose office. So if you have any referrals, look them up. They're right in the registry. Send them a referral. They're great guys to work with. Once again, guys, thank you very much for taking your time out today. This was awesome. And guys, just so you know, everybody on the call, this was their coaching call this week too. So we just decided to record it for my podcast, which I think it came out really good, guys. Great job.
Awesome. Thanks
for everything you do, Tim. We greatly appreciate you, man.
All right.
True asset.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Well, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. You guys keep it rocking. Everybody else will do this again in a week. Go get them, folks.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.